Here's a clip from my over hour-long interview with a lady from the Dallas Morning News yesterday. She asked me about my latest arrest for allegedly tampering with government records, and I told her if she wanted to do an actual news story, she ought to call the DA's office and have them explain to her how that video was somehow a government record, because the law doesn't say it is. That's just something they came up with off the top of their head because they wanted to arrest me. But here's what she said.
But I just wanted to ask about that because while talking to her about what happened, giving her the floor to kind of explain it herself, she mentioned that it was glasses that she was wearing that were yours. And that's why it's just, and she went to, after the meet and greet, she went to your home. It seemed as though, like, while y'all might be acquaintances, it seems as though there is a friendship there.
I mean, hell, I wouldn't call it if she didn't hang out here. She gave me the glasses. You should, if you want to do the story, you should call the DA's office and have them explain to you how that somehow became a government record, because it's not. By the definitions in the penal code, in the ordinances, or anything else, that's not a government record. And I knew that before we even did it. But the DA's office struggles with and comprehending. They struggle with comprehensive reading. They want the law to say whatever they want it to say to go against me instead of what it actually says. That's not a government record. My glasses ain't a government record. She was not there. It wasn't a city meeting. She wasn't there in her official capacity. If it would have been a city council meeting, she would have been there in her official capacity. This was just a public meet and greet. And her talking, somebody asking her about city business and her answering it does not make that a government record. It's plain in the law. She can go to baseball games, football games, Brookshire's. If somebody asks her about shit, it don't make that official government business by any stretch of the imagination.
And then right after that, she asked me some question about whether or not there was a partnership between me and Mayor Rushing, so I had to explain once again the whole shit about government officials being public servants and how they're supposed to work for us. As in, they are public servants that are supposed to work for the citizens, not the other way around. That's a concept that is very foreign to the dumbasses in the DA's office, Brandon Body and Angela Albers. But here's what was said.
Is there some partnership here? Is there some, connection here? And again, I'm not...
Partnership.
It's more of, this is what some people might think, and what is your rebuttal to that?
I don't have a rebuttal to it. I'm involved in city politics. And she is the mayor, just like when I talk to city council members or if I talk to city employees, they're my servants. I'm supposed to talk to them. They work for me, every single one of them. So there's no partnership. These are my employees, every single one of them. So I do speak to them. I take that seriously, that they ought to be doing what's right for this town and all the people that I love in this town, which is over 90% of the people, but just not the people that you've probably talked to. The people that are whining because they lost, again, on everything.
And that's kind of just that wording of they lost. And I understand, again, you're saying you're doing a public service. And
no, I'm not saying it. I'm actually doing it. And 90% of the population here, not just in Hawkins, but in Wood County in general, understand that. But go ahead and finish. I'm sorry.
I was just going to say, at this moment, the town doesn't have a police chief, doesn't have a police department. It doesn't have a city attorney. I believe the the secretary just put in a resignation. Just a few months ago, you and the mayor were arrested on the same charges.
On bullshit charges. Keep in mind that on those charges, nothing we did was illegal. That should be part of the story. That is not a government record. Also, that posting phone numbers of anybody is not illegal. I could post my ex-girlfriend's phone numbers if I wanted, if I was shitty, and talk shit about her. And as long as you're not, in the law it says which intent to harm. And the definition of harm in the law is physical harm. It's not hurting people's feelings. And they don't understand that in the DA's office. But
I just wanted to, with the few arrests that have happened within the last year, the loss of many city workers, it seems as though there is a repeated appearance of you in there.
yeah, I'm the only one that, or the main one that speaks out. I mean, there's other people that speak out. They show up to meetings and speak out, but I'm where the county gets their information from. They damn sure can't get it from the media. They put in all they do is do their stories about tampering with government documents. Without putting in that there was no government document involved, which is the most important part of that story, is that there was no government document actually involved in it. So it's an unlawful arrest. And
just by listening to those few questions, how do you think that news story is going to be spun? I've got a pretty good guess. It don't matter. It's still over, and we fucking won.